grew up in Warwick, Queensland, and actual fact my father played rugby league out there, and the grounds were so hard and tough that he'd come home from a game of rugby and Mum said that's not a sport for us. So we got hockey sticks through our school and started playing at the age of 5 after my brother took it up, who's 3 years older, and yeah, managed to get smacked in the nose and smacked in the hands, and probably did worse off than if I'd played rugby league. I actually moved from Warwick to Perth to be in the Australian Institute of Sport at the age of 18, and after 16 years in Perth I moved back to Brisbane, and a number of other guys from Warwick had played for Bulimba and got involved with the club, and you know, I'd pretty well in the twilight, well and truly the twilight or the darkness of my career, and joined up and coached and played a few games for Bulimba, well, 2 seasons in actual fact, and really enjoyed it. I had a great time with Bulimba. And still follow them and keep in contact with the guys there to this day. I ended up with 137 games and for Australia. There's so many highlights. I mean, the first game that you play for your country is really a highlight. I really enjoyed that, and to that point, every game after was a highlight. You're representing your country, and it really is a thrill each and every time you walk on the field. As far as achievements while doing that, certainly the silver medal in Barcelona Olympic Games was the one that stands out, scoring a goal in the semi-final. But as I said, just being a part of what I believe is one of the true grading sporting organisations is the Australian men's hockey team. It was a highlight for me. I was working for a company in Perth in sponsorship and licensing, and moved to Brisbane to run their Rugby World Cup in 2004, 2003, I think it's 2004, but that took me back to Brisbane, and in that period of time it was obviously the end of an Olympiad, the 2004 Olympic Games, and Terry Walsh, who was the Australian coach when I ended my career for the Australian team, he was the technical director, or is the technical director I should say, for the USA, USA field hockey. He rang me, let me know that the position was up for grabs, and said, you know, if I was interested, that I should apply, and that was all I heard from Terry until I was successful in the application. And I had a young family. I probably not regretted, but I missed an opportunity to play abroad as a player, and the opportunity to coach abroad was very appealing. So with the young family, we got over to coach the USA team. So. Well, in Australia, I think you do a lot of coaching. You're involved if you played in the national team. I was coaching the Wesley South Perth, our club team in Perth. I coached them for 2 years while I was still playing. Then I was coaching Bulimba, obviously, for 2 years. In that period of time, I was working under Greg Browning with the Queensland Blades, and learned a lot from Greg during that period of time. Certainly dealing in the Blades team that we had 8 gold medalists from Athens in the team, so you're dealing with a wide section of athlete, and that was probably the real pinnacle moment of recognising that it was something that I'd enjoy doing, and lo and behold, here we are. The profession of a coach these days is exactly that. It's like any other job. You go from company to company, and you know, for some reason, country to country seems to tag at the heartstrings a little bit harder in your loyalties. But look, I'm very passionate about Australia and Australian sport, but equally I'm passionate about the team that I'm coaching, and that is USA, and that's where my loyalties lie. Well, coming into the start of the year, our Olympic qualifier was the Pan American Games, and that was late in 2011. We were successful in beating Argentina in the Pan American Games to get our qualification, but it took a pretty large injury toll on our group. We've had a number of players out since the Pan American Games with knee injuries, and equally the downtime. We haven't had a chance to really recover to this point, and now we're pretty well got our feet back underneath us, and we're starting to move forward again. So as much as every team is looking to peak at the Olympics, this series here, the series in San Diego in January, is all that process of our preparation. So we're you know, as Australia will be, we'd hope that we're a lot better and a lot further advanced in our preparation heading into the Games. Everyone goes to win, and the Olympic Games, you're not trying to develop players, you're not looking for experience, you're going there for a successful tournament. And a successful tournament for us is is to stand on the podium at the end of the series, and that is our goal. You can look at the stronger teams in the world, and unfortunately for them, as we proved in the Pan American Games, on any given day you can beat these teams, and that's not to say it's just us. You know, every team is there to win the Olympic Games. So to forecast predictions, I think, is a risky exercise at this stage. Look, it may come from tennis or table tennis. I'm a terrible tennis player, but Stephen Davies, one of my teammates in the Australian team, we used to always muck around playing table tennis and come up with the loose left-handed drop shot, which is our favourite, with a bit of thrown in. Certainly not the theatrics that you'd see from John McEnroe, but more the style of play that he would have. Yeah, but I wouldn't do justice to try and do it on camera now.